So here's our image storage class. We want to apply the strategy pattern to make this class more maintainable and extensible. First, we should add the compressor interface in this package. So let's add a new class and change the kind to interface. We call it compressor. Now in this interface, we need a single method that takes an image, compresses it, and returns it. We can represent an image using a byte array, so we can have a method like this. We give it an image as a byte array and get a new image as a byte array. But in this demo, I don't want to worry about these byte arrays. Let's simplify this. So I'm going to comment this out and add a void method called compress that takes a string called file name. That is easier to work with. Now let's create a couple of real or concrete compressor objects. So over here, we add a new class called JPEG compressor that implements the compressor interface. In this method, we simply want to print a message like compressing using JPEG. Let's add one more class, PNG compressor. This class should also implement the compressor interface. And over here, we print compressing using PNG. Pretty straightforward. Now, in our image storage, we should change the type of this field from string to compressor. And we should also change it over here. So we pass a compressor object when creating a new image storage. And then in our store method, we're going to get rid of these ugly if and else statements and simply delegate or forward the request of compressing this image to a separate object. So here we call compressor.compress and pass the file name. Okay? And we're going to apply the same technique for filtering an image. So I'm going to go through this faster. Let's add a new interface called filter. We give it one method called apply that takes a file name. And then we create a concrete implementation called black and white filter that implements the filter interface. And over here, we print applying black and white filter. Now, to save time, I'm not going to create another class. Let's just see how we can bring everything together. So back in the image storage, we change the type of this field from string to filter. And we should change it in the constructor as well. That is better. Now, finally, we remove all these statements and call filter that apply file name. Beautiful. Now, when creating an image storage, we have the flexibility to pass different compressors and filters. Let me show you. So in our main class, we create an image storage. Now here we should pass a compressor object. We can pass JPEG compressor along with black and white filter. So I'm going to put these on a new line. New black and white filter. Then we call image storage.store a. Let's run the program. So we compress this image using the JPEG algorithm and then applied a black and white filter. Now tomorrow we can extend this application by creating a new compressor like PNG compressor and then simply pass it over here. I haven't changed any classes. That is the open-close principle. There you go. Now we can also pass these objects when storing an image. This gives us the flexibility to apply different types of filters or compression algorithms to the same image. Let me show you. So over here, we introduce a couple of parameters, compressor and filter. Okay, now we don't need to pass these objects via constructor. So delete. We don't need these fields either. We simply pass a compressor and a filter. Now, back in the main class, let's simplify the creation of the image storage object. Beautiful. Now, when storing this image, we can pass a JPEG compressor along with a black and white filter. So new black and white filter. Now we can call this method one more time to store the same image in PNG format. I haven't created a new image storage object. I'm simply reusing the same object, but supplying different compressors or filters. Take a look. So we have two versions of the same file, one saved as JPEG, the other saved as PNG. Now, in a real application, we could have multiple files. We could iterate over a list of files, and for each file, we could store it in different formats and apply different filters. That is the beauty of the strategy pattern.